Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Kings MMA, the challenger, Muslim Gabartuev. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, representing Outlaw Jiu-Jitsu, and your 5150 featherweight champion, Joseph Gonzalez.
Jonathan. It's Jonathan Gonzalez.
All right, gentlemen, this is for the 145-pound title. We went over the rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves now. Head back to your corners.
Let's go, Johnny! Let's go, Outlaw! Come on, Johnny!
All right, here we go. Co-main event of the evening. Red trunks belong to Jonathan Gonzalez, Muslim Gabartuev. Gabartuev in the black trunks with the one leg tucked in. I don't understand it. LL Cool J, all right. Lands a 1-2 shot. Does the challenge.
You know, Jim, people got to have style.
I was just explaining, you know, Gonzalez is on a 2-fight losing streak, but he's still the champ because neither of those fights happened at 5150. So he has yet to defend his 5150 title. This will be his first title defense since beating Blaze Proffer for that belt.
Yeah, well, it makes you wonder if coming off of 2 losses, if some of his confidence is a little bit shot, possibly.
Absolutely. I mean, it could work both ways, right? It could either give you some confidence downer, or it could build you up because you go, okay, I got to come back. Now I'm in my cage. I've got my belt in front of my crowd. I'm the champion. So you use that as fuel. But I'll tell you right now, the hands of Muslim Gabartuev look really good.
Yeah, they've landed. Even you can already see that Jonathan has a little bit of a cut underneath that left eye and a little bit of swelling already starting.
Yeah, Gabartuev is able to get through the guard of Jonathan Gonzalez. I'm telling you, we should switch for the main event. You do the commentary and I'll ring announce. We'll throw Julio off. I gotta ask. You gotta ask this guy. If this guy wins, I want to know what's going on with the short leg.
I think it was just done on accident. I don't think it happened on purpose, Jim.
Okay.
But I mean, Muslim's really impressive. I mean, very composed. He doesn't look like he's out of breath at all in any way. Landing his shots, picking his shots.
Yes. And Gonzalez is just fighting on line. Look, he's flat-footed. He's not moving left or right. He's not circling. He's not fighting off line. Barely any head movement. He's just content to try to block the shots, and that doesn't always work. Outside leg kick there from the champ.
Well, a lot of these fighters, obviously, they've never faced one another before, potentially, but as well, maybe never seen each other fight, so they don't know what they're going to expect at this level.
I'll tell you, when I was coming up in the fight game, we almost never got to see our opponents fight because there was no internet. There was AOL or whatever, but there was no streaming and there was no, you had VHS tapes. And so you didn't always get to see your opponent fight. You didn't get to know what he looked like until the day of the fight. This day and age, though, you can go on YouTube, you can go on, Instagram, and sometimes you can at least get an idea of who you're fighting. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Jonathan Gonzalez may have never seen this guy fight before. And I'll tell you what, not only are his hands lethal, and he reminds me of a Diaz brother who I've trained with a lot because he's a slow starter and his punches aren't really, there's no bad intentions on them, but he's scoring. Punches and bunches.
And he's very smooth. I mean, there's not any erratic head movement, shoulder movement. He's just really smooth with it.
I'll tell you something else I noticed, an adjustment that Gabartuev made was because Jonathan Gonzalez was not circling, because he was not trying to fight offline, he completely stopped fighting offline. He said, okay, if he's not going to circle, I don't need to circle. You want to stand toe-to-toe and throw shots, we will. And that's what he's doing, and his are getting through and Jonathan's are not. That being said, Jonathan has yet to really let go with his hands. He's just sort of content to throw a punch here and there. Can't win a fight that way when a guy's throwing 3 and 4 punch combos on you.
No, absolutely not. I mean, and it makes sense for Gabartuev to conserve some energy.
Yeah, just pick them apart. I mean, it's a marathon, not a sprint. When you're doing this, I mean, you watch the replay here, and it's just target practice. Gonzalez has not thrown one punch in this replay, and I believe Gabartuev's thrown like 20.
Yeah, I mean, not a tremendous amount of kicks, but he's going for body shots, he's going for head shots, and the vast majority seem to be getting through.
There's a kick at least from Jonathan Gonzalez, but if you really watch that whole thing here, Gonzalez is not fighting back. He's not engaging, he's just sort of taking the punches and then backing up.
All right, time for the second round.
And right now it's just sort of a chess match, and Gabartuev is winning that chess match. Black trunks for Gabartuev, red trunks for the champ Gonzalez. Jim Cooley, the voice of champions. Jason LaChance joining me in the booth. 5150 Fight Night 13, co-main event of the evening. All that hangs in the balance is the 145-pound featherweight title. Gonzalez trying to get a little bit more busy, Jason.
Yeah, we're seeing a little more movement out of him than we did in the first round. I don't really understand if there's a reason to conserve energy, especially like you've pointed out several times. 2-minute rounds. It's not a lot of time to take action.
Well, these title fights are 3-minute rounds, but it's the same thing. Again, not a lot of time. You got 9 minutes total. That's less than 2 rounds in a pro fight, and this is a title fight. I can tell you right now, Gonzalez is not in the class of Gabartuev when it comes to boxing. I'm not going to really discuss the legs because neither one, like you said, is really letting loose with their legs. We haven't seen any grappling or clinches, but there is blood trickling out of several different spots on Gonzalez's face. And what I like about Gabartuev is he's not trying to knock him out. He's just doing damage. He's making him wear damage. And when you wear damage like that, the judges see it.
Yeah. Well, and as you know very well, those shots to the nose like that, when you start getting that blooding and your eyes are running and your focus and then sweat running in your eyes, it is just a huge challenge to gauge that distance even on your opponent.
Absolutely. And if he keeps hitting the nose and he breaks it, now you can't breathe. And Gonzalez has had enough. He's had enough of getting hit, Jason, and he said, okay, I'm going to try to shoot in. It was a very half-hearted attempt. He telegraphed it, and now we're going to see, though, how the clinch game is for both these guys. Looking for a guillotine.
Gonzalez got a good hold on him, but he already slipped out.
Yeah, and Gonzalez's fans liked what they were seeing, but there really wasn't a whole lot there. And right away, he eats about 5 punches and a body kick. And I'll tell you what, Gabartuev, it's sparring session for him. He's got a smile on his face. There's not an ounce of fear in him. He does not respect the power or the striking of Jonathan Gonzalez in any way, shape, or form.
Well, and with that type of thing, Gonzalez hasn't given him any reason to.
Absolutely, you're correct. And what he needs to do is try to get it to the ground, and I think he's trying to.
But he's up against someone that has a clear height advantage, a very strong, lanky body, though. Excellent condition. I'm not seeing Gabartuev at any point looking like he was sucking for air.
No, this guy could be a boxer. And he may very well have been. I don't know a lot about his background, unfortunately, coming out of King's MMA. 10-second clack from Brandy Hoskins, our timekeeper. I stand corrected. Our timekeeper tonight is Sergio Padilla. So the sheer confidence on the face of Gabartuev, and he's unbothered by the situation. He's completely unbothered. The shoulders are coming up and down heavily. The cuts are trying to be closed on Jonathan Gonzalez. And he has 1 round to finish this fight because he can't win it. The only thing he could do, and he can't, but he could, is get a 10-8 round and push for a split. Keeps the belt. Push for a draw and he keeps the belt. What he needs, though, is a finish because he's way behind on the judges' scorecards.
Well, yeah, now the doctor stepped in the ring to maybe have to check if they can't get this blood stopped.
And they're going to look at it. Here's the thing. The good news is the cut's under the eye. So it's not dripping into his eye. That's part 1. They want to know if his nose is broken. That's what they're going to look at. Because it looks like, doctor, what's going to happen possibly? Well, he's sitting down. Sometimes you'll see they'll start the fight, immediately call timeout, the doctor will come in. But it doesn't look like Dr. P is going to do that because he doesn't like to sit down if he's got to get right back up. But it's not the cut under the eye. It's definitely the nose that they're talking about.
Well, it doesn't look like, Gonzalez's eye is closed from the angle there for a second. It looked to me like maybe his eye had started to close up, but that's not the case.
No, I think it's just an underneath, like a mouse, with a little
little tear from the glove.
Yeah. Gonzalez needs to look for a takedown, and not like that. He needs to throw some shots and change levels. He is going to get knocked out if he keeps coming in with his head wide up like that. He's going to get knocked out. Catches a big left hand.
Oh,
Body knee. Gonzalez is in survival mode. He's trying to win this fight as fast as he can. He knows he can't win it on decision. Sorry to interrupt.
yeah, I know. Gabartuev, I mean, he continues to maintain his composure throughout all this. You know, doing it very strong to keep his base, not getting off of his feet, getting those shots in there. He's not throwing a huge amount of power necessarily, but he's throwing shots that land.
Yeah. And between these two, they've had the most fights on the card here tonight, including our main event. Gabartuev has had 5 fights. Gonzalez has had double that at 10. He's 5-5 coming into this fight. Gabartuev, for his part, has only lost 1 fight. And that was his last fight, actually. So he won 4 in a row and then lost a fight. So, and I don't know what's going on, but Gabartuev is pointing at his eye. I think he was saying that Gonzalez may have poked him.
Yeah, I did not catch that.
Oh, big shot.
He's out of that corner.
Gonzalez has got a cast iron jaw, though, because he's getting lit up.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this has just been Gabartuev's fight. He's controlled
absolutely.
every round.
The champ was just off his game tonight. Either that or Gabartuev just knew exactly what he needed to do and he implemented it. Gonzalez is a game opponent, though, Jason. I mean, listen, lesser man would have went down from these shots. Not that there's some big power punch, but when you get hit that many times in succession and you're bleeding from your eye, you're bleeding from your nose, you're bleeding from your mouth.
Absolutely. Yeah, you take another one of those shots to the nose or the chin, and sometimes you start seeing those stars, and it's hard to stand up.
Oh, low blow. The good news is Gabartuev is winning the round, so if he loses a point, he's still going to win this fight. The second good news is that was his first foul, so the odds of him losing a point is very small. He keeps pulling that short back up, though. I think there's something there.
You think, has he been kicking with his left leg? I haven't caught if that's been his kicking leg or
He
not.
doesn't kick very often. I think maybe that was the plan, but once he realized the punches were getting through the guard over and over again, listen, if it's working, don't fix it. Like, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. He just continues to land punches. Why not save that leg, and then if the punches stop working, then you start throwing the leg kicks. No reason to show him all your weapons if you don't have to. If just one area of the fight is working for you and the guy can't figure it out, continue to do it, and that's what he'll do. And again, he's like a Diaz brother. Slow punches, methodical punches, and accurate punches, plus he comes from some different angles.
Yeah, he's sticking, he's moving.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's a little less behind the punches now in the third round, but they're still, like you said, landing.
And Gonzalez is just desperately reaching for a takedown. If he can get this takedown, oh, look at this, he's going to roll for a knee bar. He rolls for a knee bar. Out of nowhere, the striker rolls for a knee bar. He abandons it, but that came out of nowhere.
That was impressive. Back to his feet. The round's just about done here.
Gabartuev knows he's just won the title.
I think so.
And so does Jonathan Gonzalez, but that's okay. He's smiling. Good fight from both these guys.
Yeah, impressive stuff, Jim.
Absolutely. I'll see you for the main event, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for these fighters. We got the judges' decisions. Judge number 1, 30-29. Judge 2, 30-28. Judge 3, 30-29. And your winner and the new 5150 lightweight champion, Muslim Gabartuev.
There you have it, the new champ, and I just got a text message from my buddy Antonio Jimenez, former heavyweight champion, and he basically said that Gabartuev is a grappler, not a striker, but he was working on striking for this fight. So that makes it even more interesting. I'm going to tell that to Jason. So I just told my ring announcer that, so when he interviews him, we can talk to him a little bit about it. 3 of his 4 wins from buggy choke, according to Antonio Jimenez. Tell you what, that's
let's say a little something.
A
Ladies and gentlemen, come on, your new featherweight champion, Muslim Gabartuev. Congratulations, my man. So, I got a little information that you are normally known as a grappler, but we're working on your strike game. I was so impressed in this fight. I mean, was there anything different strategy-wise? You came out and it's just so impressive.
He looks like grappler, but he's not. He's an originally boxing guy, only boxing. So.
Yeah, maybe I look like wrestler, but not.
Well, it showed. I mean, the skills were impressive, the way that you just really controlled the ring. Is there anyone you would like to thank?
So one of the things he just said was that he used to be a boxer, which is what I picked up on. I said he looked like a boxer. He could be a boxer. And Jimenez says he's a great grappler as well, so that's a well-rounded fighter.
CFG House and everybody who helped me to prepare the fight. That's it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Congratulations, Muslim Gabartuev. Impressive title win.